When I originally set out to do this project, it was just Dante. Then I realized that the people that made him also did Vergil and then released a diorama base to put both of them on it. So yeah, I thought, why not? I've done stupider things in my life than this. It was going to be a very challenging project, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from finally painting two of my very best and favorite video game characters of all time.
The model included two sets of hands holding the sheath. One had the sword handle only, and the other one had the sword as a separate piece to insert it into the scarab. I wasn't sure which version I ended up using, so I ended up printing both. The design of the handles were too pronounced for them to print properly when the blade was attached to it. Aligning it for it to print became extremely problematic and definitely prone to failure. So I asked Wabi Sabi 3D to help me separate these pieces so that I can angle the handle this way so each support was touching the raised details on it. Support marks on the sheath were unfortunately inevitable, but we'll tackle that and all the other parts with texture with our secret weapon. We're bringing out our mold putty to make ourselves some stencils from different sections of all the parts that have texture, because we will need them. I would highly recommend you check out both my Dante and Bayonetta video if you need a bit more of an explanation on how to make and use these stencils, but I think you'll get the gist of it just by watching it here, but just in case, the other two videos are available for you to watch. Unfortunately, several hair strands on his head didn't print correctly or at all, not because of the printer, but because of the model. Many of these little strands were basically flying and the supports couldn't really help all of them. I printed a second head in the hopes that adding more supports would help, but it didn't. So I just got the idea to give Daddy a hair transplant.
You came all this way just for that.
Not that he needs it in real life, but I just cut off strands from the more problematic head and attached them to the better one. Very carefully cutting with my ultrasonic cutter and using gel glue so it won't run everywhere. With all the stencils made, the transplanted hair finished, and the parts filled. Again, watch my Dante video if you want to know what I used. Now we can appreciate all the parts included in this model, including the base. Now, there is a continuity issue here, but you'll see why and how later.